Hi everyone, this is Dr. Teresa Dale. We are live on Natural Health Radio, and we are coming to you on Facebook Live. How good is this technology today? And Daryl, my engineer, the insane Daryl Wayne.
Greetings, Dr. Dale. You're lovely and talented and smart and all of the above. Should be a great show.
And he gets paid to say that too.
Yeah, well, even if I wasn't paid, I would say it. I wouldn't say it here, but I'd say it.
Okay, so we are in the studio recording today, and I just got back from the American Naturopathic Medical Association, where I presented a information and my protocol on Lyme disease. So I presented my protocol on Lyme disease to many, I don't know how many hundreds of doctors were there, but it was sure a lot of fun. And it took about an hour, and I answered questions, and we had an exhibit booth, and so we were able to handle lots of questions, and were there for 3 days. It was fun. We met a lot of nice people, and there are a lot of health providers out there that are doing great work, that are wanting to help people with Lyme and many other issues like toxic hormones in the body, from using hormones, any kind of hormones. So a lot of the questions that were asked to me about Lyme disease is, how does Lyme disease affect your hormones in your endocrine system? Okay. And the interesting thing is that it does. Is that when a person has Lyme disease, which you can get from insects, human-to-human contact, ticks. You can get it from other people. When a person, and you can get it through gestation. Okay, so transplacentally, Lyme is carried, and that is proven by many doctors. There are also the Centers for Disease Control that say that it's not contracted human to human, but that is just not true, because there's so much research out there from qualified medical doctors and other naturopaths and other scientists that indicate that it is, because it's been tested. Lyme does affect the endocrine system, which means that it affects your hormones. And the interesting thing is that before or after the menses cycle, symptoms can get worse. Generally, mostly right before the cycle, your symptoms, whether it's flu-y feelings or fever or any of the Lyme conditions, will be exacerbated right before a woman's cycle. Now, what about if a woman is in menopause and doesn't cycle anymore? Well, you can remember kind of when your cycle was, and then see if those symptoms happen at that time, symptoms of Lyme. And if you don't know about those symptoms, it's very easy to check it out. So you can go to thewellnesscenter.net. You can also, if you're a health provider, let us know, and we'll send you a protocol on Lyme, dealing with it totally natural. Okay, and if you're a consumer, sign up as a member, and then you would get the protocol. It's in the members area for you, waiting for you to help you help yourself or help your neighbor, help your family. The thing about testing, if you want to get a test for Lyme, they're so inaccurate. Blood testing, you would think it would be accurate, not accurate. So it's difficult to detect if you have Lyme disease, because the blood testing is not so accurate, and that is known, that is a given. So the thing is, if you get it tested right before your menstrual cycle, you have a better chance of it showing up if you have it, or when your menstrual cycle used to be. Don't look at me like that, Daryl. You never had a menstrual cycle.
No, I don't believe so.
Right.
But I do know people that have been diagnosed with MS, and it turned out to be Lyme disease, and they get the
Isn't
two
that
confused.
amazing? They get the symptoms, the symptomology of the two confused. And this is not good for the patient, right? This is awful. So a way to test it that is accurate is to use neurophysical testing. Neurophysical testing is something that I developed that employs homeopathic filters so that you wear them, so that it doesn't, you don't make mistakes, so it filters out any mistakes. And it also employs kinesiology, the 5-element theory, muscle testing. So this particular type of testing, neurophysical testing, is 100% accurate. 100%. And what you need to do is see me or one of my practitioners that I've trained to have this testing done. And then you'll know for sure if you have Lyme disease. In one first visit, you can know. So with blood testing, not so much, and it's unfortunate. However, I have had plenty of patients that have indicated and shown that they have Lyme disease. And then we did the Lyme protocol, and after 3 months we tested again, and it shows that they didn't have it and there was no titer. So I thought either the first one was wrong or this is a really good thing. That's where it is today, is with blood testing. Blood testing for hormones is just not accurate because it only shows the bound protein-bound hormones. The hormones are bound by protein in blood testing. In saliva testing, it shows free, unbound hormones. And so then you get to see all the hormones are available to test in saliva testing. That is why it is the only most accurate test for hormones. Now, neurophysical testing will tell me if a person needs progesterone, estrogen, but in a homeopathic form. It'll tell me that. I'll know 100% accurately, but what it can't do is give me numbers. Like if you had a saliva test, you would know if your progesterone was 100 or 5,000 or 2,000 or 400. You can't know that in neurophysical testing. It's not critically important to know that unless you've been using hormones. If you've been on bioidentical hormones, if you have been on synthetic hormones, if you have taken the hormones from a health food store, okay, then you should have a saliva test because you need to know how high your estrogen is. Is it estrogen dominant? Because then you can order the proper thing for the proper program for yourself, the proper kit for yourself to help you. So I put together a hormone rejuvenation kit. It's called Female Hormone Rejuvenation Kit, and you can get it on our website at drdaleswellnessstore.com. We also have one for men. We do not want to forget men. We have a male hormone rejuvenation kit, and that is just under that name, real simple to find. And as you know, if you go to my website, you will, if you go to the shopping cart, drdaleswellnessstore.com, you will see that we have an entirely new face. Okay, we have a new face. We have just a phenomenal system now. It was my idea that I think that when people are shopping, it would be great if you could just see your symptom and click on it. So that's what I did. I had all these buttons made with various symptoms. So whatever you want to know about, if you're feeling a symptom, or if you have a goal, or if there's something you want to find out for a friend, you can, let's say if you have pain, you can click on pain and you can see all the things that, you can see what you use for pain. If you have female hormone issues, you can click on that button and see exactly what you use for to correct female hormone issues. And so that is what I've done. You'll see that. And we have new videos and audios, and we have a place at the top for recipes, because I know how much my customers love natural recipes. So we have recipes, smoothies, and we'll be adding a lot more to that. And so check out our new website. I'm really thrilled with it because it's easier to find things, and I have them in categories so that if you have flu, normally you would look through my whole website and click on 40 million things before you find what to use exactly for flu. Here it's the word flu. You click on it, and it takes you to exactly what you use for flu. Or let's say you have a goal, like you do sports, and you have a goal, but you're not recovering that quickly from an event, whether you're running or doing the 5K or whatever you're doing. There is an area called sports. You can click on it and find out exactly what to do to help yourself. So that is what I wanted to give you, is something easy, so that, life presents many challenges. And it can present itself as a challenge to many different people. Their lives have been a challenge for a long time. The last thing I want to do is to create more challenges for you. What I want to do is make something easy, and that's why we have the new shopping cart. It took us months to do this, and I'm very, very happy with it. We'll be putting in more. There are audios and everything there. They'll be putting in more audios so that you can listen to, you can listen to me and about a protocol and learn and educate yourself. All our major education on our website, wellnesscenter.net, is through our members area, and you would go to wellnesscenter.net and click on members, and then you would find out about our fantastic membership. For $20 a month, you can educate yourself about healthcare and see a lot of protocols for healing different health conditions. So you get the actual protocols there, and you also get a discount, a 12% discount on anything you order. So we are changing things to make things easier for you, and I'm feeling very good about it because it's even easier. If it's easier for me, it's going to be easier for you. When I go to my website, I want to be able to find my way around to things. And I've asked a lot of people and gotten a lot of input. And from all of everybody's input, this is the new website. Please go there. We're having a 20% celebratory sale. We're celebrating the new website and all of the work that we put in to do it. And we're offering you a 20% discount across the board on everything. So now is the time to go to drdaleswellnessstore.com and check out the new website. Let me know how you like it. Send us an email, and definitely feel free to contact us in the members area and ask me any questions. If you have a question about your health, I'm really happy to answer it, but you need to become a member so legally we can connect about your health. So I have a private organization that I created with an attorney who has it registered with the IRS, and it's a health freedom association, a healthcare association. So this makes it very legal for you to go into the members area, become a member, goes into the members area, click a button that says Ask Dr. Dale, and then you can ask me anything you want. You can email me every day. Whatever you want is fine, but you have to do it from the members area. That's the only way I can do that with you. So I can see we have people calling. I'm very sorry, but I can't answer the phone call right now because obviously I'm on the air and I just can't answer it. But you can always Facebook me a question if you'd like to do that. Last week we had some questions that I'd like to go over with you now and answer those questions. So the first question from last week was, how do you know when you've had too many vaccines? How do you know that how many vaccines does it take for you to become sick? Because when you're a child, they give you all these vaccines all at once. And so a lot of parents want to know how many is too many. Well, my answer is one is too many. One. Because of it containing heavy metals, because of it containing, if it doesn't contain mercury, it contains aluminum, or it can contain both of those. Plus, there's a lot of research that shows that it can have human DNA in it, and that it can have a number of other bad things in there. So rather than doing vaccines like that, you can always look for and research to see how other countries do it, like a homeopathic vaccine. Other countries create homeopathic vaccines, and that's how they vaccinate people from malaria, cholera, deep TAP, pertussis, tuberculosis, and all of those things. They do it homeopathically, okay? And there's no side effects at all. So we have to make sure that when we're vaccinating children, that we learn about it, and that we do it homeopathically. In India, there's over 110 hospitals that are only homeopathic hospitals. They only use homeopathy. You can use it IV, you can intravenous, you can use it IM, intramuscular. You can use homeopathically in a suppository for rectal cancer issues. You can use it vaginally. You can use homeopathy orally. Now, I've made the first transdermal homeopathic remedy for hormone rejuvenation, but there's so many ways to use homeopathy. It's not just little tiny pills or liquids. It's made in other countries to address health issues, to get people well and out of the hospital. Every day that you're in the hospital in other countries is a day that the government has to pay for the health care, and they want people well and out. That's the MO. That's their MO. That should be that. That's exactly right. We need to have that MO. We in the United States do not have the MO of getting people out of the hospital as quickly as possible and getting them well and out. We do not have that MO, Daryl. We just don't.
Yeah, it seems that under certain circumstances they want people out as quickly as possible if they have low-grade insurance, if they're there.
Right.
But
if they don't have money, you got to get out.
Yeah, cash customers and people with mucho insurance get to stay as long as
they like. Right, and eat all that good food that they have there.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah. I mean, you can really OD on Jell-O there, right?
And it's just Jell-O.
And it is just Jell-O. True. All the coloring in there, all of the sugar in there, all of the bad stuff in there. It's a wonder that people get out after giving you that kind of food.
Well, I'm crossing my fingers. I've never had a hospital stay. So,
you're going to be fine. You never will. You're a healthy boy.
I've never had a hospital stay.
Yay!
So I've got nothing. I know people that have, and I've visited people that are there, but I've
and that's enough to
never had it
convince
for
you.
myself.
That's enough to convince you there that you never want to have one. But I'll tell you something. Whatever life throws at you related to health care, you can deal with it naturally if you choose. And that is really your choice. That is not anybody's choice but your choice. And when you go to a doctor and he's telling you all the bad news, or maybe some bad and good news, it's your choice whether you want to listen to it or even believe it. And then what you need to do is go home and do your own research. Go to YouTube, go to Medscape, go to WebMD, and look for natural cures for whatever problem you have. You can use my website, my members area. You can go to WebMD. You can go to there's so many different places to go. Even Wikipedia, even though it's not 100% correct always, it's pretty good about giving you information. So we need to make sure that we do our own research. And a lot of people have said to me when they come in, I go, did you check this out before the doctor cut your coccyx bone off? And they'd say, well, I'm paying him. I said, so you think that because you're paying him, he's going to give you 100% correct answer? She said, well, yeah. She said, I guess I made a mistake. I mean, the point is research, and you have the ability to do that. That's why I have my website, but that's why I have my members area. My members area has the work in it, the research in it. You can find out about most anything there, and then you've got all of the other traditional places to go that you would think is traditional, like Medscape or WebMD. But I'll tell you, they have a lot of natural stuff on there. A lot. So if you went there and you put in natural cures for a disease, they would come up with all the research on it, on different things. And then you could take from there and you could go with that, write that down, print that out, and then go look for more in other areas. So the point is there is sometimes a lot of, not sometimes, but there's a lot of misdiagnosis. You know, the whole person is not considered, like the whole person, body, mind, spirit. One person that has cancer is not like another person that has cancer. There's so many different elements involved in that person's life. One person that has, you know, rheumatoid arthritis is not, their symptoms are not exactly like the other next person that may have it. So body, mind, and spirit needs to be considered when looking for someone to help you, and who's going to help you and understand you and be able to test you naturally and do it all naturally. That is the key to helping people, is finding out what they're all about. How do they believe? What do they believe? How do they see their life? How do they see this condition? So many people, when they come in, are so afraid because the doctor said, you know, you're going to die. You've got 2 months. I mean, it's like, how do you even have so much lack of consciousness to ever even say that to a human being? You have to know when you say those things to a human being that their immune system is going to go right into the toilet. Okay, their immune system is going to get burdened. To have that kind of a dialogue with someone, I think it's medical malpractice, and that person belongs locked up. They shouldn't be allowed to be around other human beings because you do not talk to people like that, because you're going to make it true. You're going to help them dig the hole is what you're going to do. So the way to deal with things when you have a serious condition is mentally understand that everything is curable, and you need to not own it. Like a lot of people say, this is my cancer, this is my, you know, and they talk to me about, this is my cancer, this is my rheumatoid arthritis, this is my multiple sclerosis. So they're into it. It's theirs. They've owned it. You don't want to do that. You want to know that it's temporary, that whatever the symptoms are, it's a label. The cancer is a label. It's all a label. And things can be healed. If you work with body, mind, spirit, you can get rid of your symptoms in a very short period of time. You know? So what does that mean? Body is your physical body. Mind is your belief system and your identities. Okay? And your identities, they're a persona. Carl Jung, all of the great psychotherapists talked about identities. and they're researchers as well. And identities are who you think you are inside of yourself. Okay, so you can learn an identity from the time you're, before you're born. You can have it genetically from your mother or father. You can get it at 5 years old. If you are an abused child, you might have an identity for your whole life as being abused if you never worked on it. Okay, so it's not, what I would suggest for this truly is to look at the Meta Wellness program that I have. It's a Roto-Rooter for your emotions and your belief systems. You do it yourself. You can work on yourself. You don't even have to go to anybody. You just do this. It contains a workbook that teaches you about finding your belief systems, finding your identities. They'll just come out. You don't even have to think about them very much. You just ask yourself the questions and follow along with the workbook. And then you do a little process for every belief system that releases it permanently, that neutralizes it. And then you take a little homeopathic remedy to cause it to be eliminated from the body. Okay? And then that one is done, and you won't have to do that one anymore. And then you go to the next one, and you constantly are working to find out all of the belief systems that are sabotaging your life. Okay, and we all have them. I've had so many. I must have had more than what 10 people have. Okay, when you look at my childhood, I was an abused child physically. Okay, and they expected me to be perfect. They named me after a saint, and they made it clear that they were naming me Saint Teresa. So I better be perfect like the little child of Jesus, right? And so they had these expectations of me that I started living out in the opposite way as a young adult to show my imperfections. Yay! And then later on, I developed this technique. And I fixed all of that. So everybody has stuff. Everybody. And if you go to therapy for 100 years, you may not get the identities. You may go over the whole thing over and over and over and over again, but really not get the cause. The cause is the identity. That one identity can have 400 belief systems. You want to keep working on the belief systems, or do you want to get to the cause? You want to get to the cause. Take a look at the Meta Wellness program. That I created that. It's excerpted from the Neurophysical Reprogramming Training, which is a professional hands-on training. It's in the California College of Natural Medicine. The cost is $5,000 if you are a professional to do that training, right? So I excerpted the Meta Wellness program from that, and it's only like a few $100s to get it, and you use it for the rest of your life. You can check that out on drdaleswellnessstore.com. It comes with the remedies, it comes with the workbook, it comes with music therapy, and it comes with instructions. And that is the way that even people who are very trained and experienced in psychotherapy, they love it because it's an easy way for you to do the work yourself. Okay, and that's what we want to do, is empower you so that you know how awesome you are and give you tools so that you feel like you can handle things. A lot of people feel like they can't handle things. They can't handle lots of things. They feel like alone, like they can't handle things. But when you have tools, then you feel empowered, like I can handle this. Oh, there's a belief system and I'm faced with this, I just got fired or whatever it was. Okay. Or you got to take whatever happened and understand that this challenge can be transformed and another job could be presented this afternoon. I mean, that's how it can go. And I've seen miracles with this, not only with other people, but with myself. I see miracles every day. Just amazing. I'm always walking and feeling like life is amazing. And sometimes it's amazing in a challenging way. And you go, oh my God, how did I create this little thing? Right? And then you work on it and you go, okay, it's gone. It's gone. It's a whole different thing now. It's like, so the point is, no matter what you are facing in your life, okay, you need a toolkit. Daryl?
Dr. Dale?
If you would work on that, if you want to work on that, I'll get you one.
A toolkit?
I can get you a toolkit.
I would take it.
Well, would you use it?
Yes, I would.
You promise?
Yes.
Right on the air, you heard it.
Yeah, I was offered when I said that I hadn't been in the hospital, I hadn't been in for any physical surgeries or anything, but I did spend 21 days at St. John's Hospital in Santa Monica in 1985 for substance abuse.
Okay.
And have been clean and sober ever since. But what they did there was they gave me a toolkit at the time to deal with my alcoholism. And I used that toolkit, and, you know, they only said a 15% success rate leaving for the first time. You
Right.
know, repeat offenders, obviously.
Right.
A little better and a little better after that. But I used their toolkit for that problem at the time, and it worked well. So sure, I'll take another tool.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So it's a major fun toolkit that is, you do it by yourself. You don't do it with anyone. You don't need anyone to do it. Your consciousness will come up with all the right answers. That whatever answer comes up is supposed to come up. Okay, and it's not going to be anything you can't handle. It may be a lot of things that make you laugh. Okay, it may be something from your childhood that you completely forgot about, that you thought was, or, you know, that might have been buried for like 50 years, and then all of a sudden you're writing it on a piece of paper. So I mean, consciousness is ready to be explored now.
Everybody's got some unfinished business. as far as that's
Everybody,
concerned.
yeah.
Mentally, I'm sure.
Mentally
Yeah.
and emotionally.
Yeah.
You know, and because we're trained when we're a kid to block things, to hold things in. It's not safe. Oftentimes, even if your parents tell you it's totally safe, something inside of you may not feel that it's safe because of some thing that happened in the womb, because of something from another time. I mean, anything is possible. So we have to consider that life is there to be explored. You need a toolkit so that you could go into your universe and have a much better experience and really help you to manifest your dreams, the things you want to manifest. You can do that. And that's what I recommend, the Meta Wellness Program. We've had people do that program. Let's see. One of my teachers, who's a diplomat physicist, did it and loved it. And he was in his 70s. The oldest person we've ever had do it was 85. The youngest person was 12. And it was a 12-year-old girl that was gang raped and did not want any therapy or to talk to anybody or anybody to touch her. And her mom brought her to me, and she wouldn't let me work with her or anybody. And I said, would you work with yourself and your mom? And she said, yes. So I showed her the Meta Wellness Program and the toolkit, and I went through the whole thing with her. I said, would you do this? She said, yes, I can do this. And she was 12, and so she did it. And 3 months later, she came in like a completely different person, and we checked her out with an independent neurologist to see how she was afterwards. And there was nothing lingering there. There was, I could mention it. There was no charge on the whole thing that happened. So this saved her entire life. You can imagine holding on to something like that your entire life, right?
Thank heaven she did it at 12 and not at 42 or 52.
Yes,
or
exactly.
62.
Right. But if you are 62 or 42 or 72 or whatever it is, now's the time to take it upon yourself to do something that will work. it's got everything you need. Check it out, Meta Wellness Program. So how much time do we have left? About 15 minutes?
We have 15 minutes left.
Great. Okay, so I wanted to see, I can see there's many people on the line, and I'm so grateful that you're here with me today on Natural Health Radio and that we could do this on Facebook Live as well. Now, we were talking about mind, we were talking about belief systems and identities. Identities are the things that create, they are the personas that create all the belief systems. So a lot of people have heard about working with their belief systems. I mean, that is the key thing that people focus on. But in real science, we know that they are stimulated by identities. Now, let's say you have a health condition that you want to heal. It's chronic. It's not going away. You've done everything. You've done everything naturally. You've done everything allopathically. You've done everything and it's not going away. That would be a sign that it's being held there or anchored by an identity that is holding it in place. So you have to find out what the identity is and release it. Could take 5 minutes. Could take maybe an hour at the most of your working on it, but just think about how many things we hold on to for our whole life, right? And that this is an important thing. Our health care and any aches or pains that we have are directly related to our emotions and how we hold things inside. Okay, so we hold things inside that we don't want to deal with because they're painful. And while they're sitting in there, they're creating inflammation. So all those emotions, belief systems, and identities are creating inflammation in your body. And they're going to the weakest area of your body. So let's say the weakest area of your body is your spine because you've had fallen, you've had issues. And you've fallen and you've hit your back and that's the weakest area. Well, that's the area that's going to hurt the most. It's going to go to the weakest area of your body. If the weakest area of your body is a leg or a hip or a shoulder because of injury or whatever happened, then whatever you're holding on to, it's going to go to the weakest area. Okay? So when we look at neurological issues, we have to detoxify the brain of mercury, other heavy metals, pesticides, glyphosate, GMOs, and belief systems and identities. Okay, all of it. And so in order to do the belief system and identities, you have to use the neuroemotional remedies or for the best results so that you're in control of everything and can feel like amazing, like you're in control of it and you've handled it. You need to use the Meta Wellness Program. For detoxifying the mind, you want to use the hepatic glutathione pathway to fix the methylation and open up the pathway to the brain so the poisons will come out. If it's stuck, that pathway's stuck, the poisons are not going to come out, okay? So you have to use the hepatic glutathione pathway formula. It's abbreviated, HGP formula, on my website at Dr. Dale's Wellness Store. You need 1 bottle. Okay, so you can take 1-3 times a day. I would start that way, and then maybe you can increase it to 2 times a day. But I wouldn't do more than that, and you take it with a meal. Okay, and the other thing, when that pathway is open, now you go after the mercury and heavy metals and all that stuff. So you want to take the Mercury Plus Detox. You want to also do the Biotox Pest. That's on my website. The Biotox Pest is to detoxify glyphosates from your body and brain. Mercury Plus Detox is to detoxify all heavy metals from your body and brain. Okay, there are 2 homeopathic remedies. You can get them on Dr. Dale's Wellness Store. And the HGP is a nutritional formula to open the pathway so that these poisons can come out. Otherwise, they will stay there forever and make your neurology worse. So that's what we need to do for our mind, for our memory, for our positivity, for our happiness, so that we see things differently. We can see things in a much more positive way, and we can do it in a day. But you have to take the right tools in order to do that. So I think most people today, you know, with all the stress that we have, you just turn on the radio and listen to all the news stations and you go, oh my God. And, you know, that can cause neurological issue, wondering what planet we're on right now. But we, from all of the stressors and changes in driving in LA or driving in wherever you are, that can affect you if you do it all the time in a negative way. And if it's not a good thing, then you could hold on to that. Okay. Plus all of if you're exposed to cigarette smoke, if you're living in a part of LA where the air is bad, okay, that is not good because you're ingesting that, you're getting that into your lungs and into your brain. Detoxify. The best way to detoxify the whole body is through the whole body deep cleanse or the slow cleanse. And those are on Dr. Dale's Wellness Store. Just go there, click on cleanse. See a little button, cleanse? You know, click on whatever it feels like that wherever your goal is, whatever you feel like, whatever help you feel like you're going to need. We have to understand. I'm sorry I can't answer the phone right now. I have a lot of people trying to call me, but obviously I can't take your phone call right now. We are on Natural Health Radio, and we are simulcasting this also on Facebook Live so that I can feel more connected and we can feel more connected. I want to invite you to stay tuned and check out our events page on our website, because I am going to be in Schaumburg, Illinois, near Chicago, at the end of September at the Health Freedom Expo, and I will be presenting there, and I will have a booth there, and this is for the general public, so please come and see me. And then we can talk, and we can meet. I think that's important for everybody, and it's definitely important for me. So to take the temperature of how in the U.S. people are dealing with things in their life related to their health. You know, what kind of issues are they having? And it helps to really meet people in person and make that connection. So this past weekend, I was at the American Naturopathic Medical Association, and there's all health providers there, all naturopaths there. So we had a great time. I had a great time helping them with their patients and themselves. So we have about only 7 minutes left, and I do want to share with you that I have 2 books, Revitalize Your Hormones and Transform Your Emotional DNA. That's the book you want. As well, you want both of those books because both of them have information. They're both self-help, and Revitalize Your Hormones has information on a process of releasing emotional stuff. This process is also in the Meta Wellness program, but the Meta Wellness program has the homeopathy, the processes, the workbook. It just guides you one step at a time, helps you to find out all the types of people that you judge in your environment, whether it's in your environment that you're judging or you're judging people. It gives you tools that you need in order to take the next step in your life. There always is a next step, and it's for the best. And you need to find that. That's what you need to find. I'd love to help you do that. So the Meta Wellness program is what you need. I want you to feel free to go to wellnesscenter.net, send us an email. Let us know how you like the show, anything you want to hear next week, any questions you want answered next week. Okay. And then read about our membership so that we can help you with information with vaccines, information with hormones, Lyme disease, anything, any kind of protocol, autism. We work with a lot of children naturally to help the child and help their neurology. And we do that in ways that we talked about today. So we've got only about 5 minutes left. I do want to mention that the end of September, again, I will be in Schaumburg, Illinois, at the Marriott. I think it's the Marriott. And I will be speaking there, the Health Freedom Expo. Okay, and I'm all about health freedom. This is your health freedom news, basically. We also want to know very clearly regarding the Monsanto suit. It's a class action lawsuit. Hundreds of people are suing them because they have cancer from using Roundup and glyphosate, and it's proven. Okay, so we need to stay on top of that. And I just want to mention, if any of you have used glyphosate or Roundup and now have cancer and are faced with difficult situations, you may want to join the class action lawsuit and do it right away. And you can just Google that, class action lawsuit Monsanto, and be part of annihilating an organization that thinks nothing of human life, that doesn't care about human life. They just care about greed and money. So I would suggest joining that if you feel that that's accurate for you, or tell your friends that may have been exposed to glyphosate and used it in Roundup. So, okay, we only have a few minutes left now. We are going to have some teleseminars for you very soon. I'm in the process of arranging that. And we will always have our events on our events little at the top, their index bar. Just click on events and you'll see the latest events. You can also listen to past natural health radio shows so that you could stay up on things. We also want you to know that one of our doctors this weekend, who is a world-renowned dentist, loved my radiation formula, which gets rid of nuclear radiation, EMF, EMR. And because radiation is now in most fish, we should not be eating fish at all. At this point, they've tested all over, and we have to know that I have a radiation formula to detoxify that from your body and your brain. It's called Radiation X. I do have radiation kit that has iodine to protect you and also has that radiation formula. You can see that on drdaleswellnessstore.com. And I hope we get a chance to meet in Chicago, in Schaumburg, Illinois, at the end of September, and then I can show you things, and you can attend the presentation. So remember, if you're interested in helping others, if you're interested in a profession of helping others, go to the California College of Natural Medicine website. So that's www.cconm.com, cconm.com. We have a brand new website, should be uploaded in a week. You're going to love it. It's all beautiful and green and modern, and just shows, it's just amazing. So you want to definitely go there, and I'll have new photos there and everything else. So you can become a clinical nutritionist, homeopathic medical practitioner, my favorite training, and then the naturopathic practitioner training. We also have a homeopathic endocrinology training for health providers, and we have the neuroendocrine and anti-aging regulation training also for health providers. So California College of Natural Medicine is state licensed since 1994, and I want to invite you to go take a look there, because you may want to spend a good part of the rest of your life helping others. A lot of people have that feeling and that goal in their heart. Here's a way for you to do it. So I want to thank you so very much again for being with us. Check out our website, wellnesscenter.net, and many blessings to you. And I will be here next week again for you. So we'll see you then. Have a terrific week and weekend. Bye-bye for now.